Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of End of the Week Ramble. Today I'm going to be talking about Battlefield in this one, particularly Battlefield 4, really. So first off, I'm just going to talk about why I enjoyed this game over any of the other Battlefields. And basically, the main reason why I enjoyed this over, like, say, Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 1, so the newer Frostbite engine Battlefields, was because, well, I preferred it over Battlefield 3 because the gunplay was much more solid. It just tended to work a lot better than the previous Battlefields. And like, I prefer it over Battlefield 1, generally because I feel like Battlefield 1 is kind of just lacking in content, and even though they said they are going to release a lot more weapons with the DLC, I don't feel like that should have been the solution to shipping the game with a lack of content to begin with. While I do feel like the entire feel of Battlefield 1 was better. For example, just the satisfaction from getting the kills, the map design, everything like that was generally better in Battlefield 1, but I feel like the core gameplay of Battlefield 4 was better. And this is what affected my opinion the most, is that the guns just feel a lot better. Which brings me on to my next topic, really, is what Battlefield 4 did for the series and how it changed things. And I'd just like to start going on with the gunplay here, is that everyone that I've played with, even the person that I'm playing with right now, agrees with me very heavily that the gunplay in Battlefield 4 was just perfect. After all these patches anyway. I don't know what it was originally like on release, because I never got it on release. I got this game in 2015, I think, for PC, and I played it around about that time as well on console. So I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that was over, like that was after all the patches that DICE LA or Stockholm, I can't remember, I think it was DICE LA that brought to the table here. And the next thing as well, which is Battlefield 4's biggest letdown in my opinion, is probably the map design. I don't feel like the maps are that good, especially in comparison to Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 3's map design. In Battlefield 4 I kind of feel like they designed the maps to look pretty first, and then moved on to design the gameplay around it later on. As you can see, like, there's a few maps, for example, there's God, what's it called now? Well, there's this one for a start. There's Lankang Dam, Siege of Shanghai, and God, there was another one now, I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, there's quite a few maps on the game which kind of feel like they were just in there because they looked pretty, and don't get me wrong, they do. The Frostbite 2 makes it look insanely nice, and but I don't feel like it really complemented the gameplay well enough. Like in Battlefield 3 you had your lanes, you had your left, right, middle, and then you had some connectors in between to get rotations and things like that between flags. And I feel like that was the best way to design these maps. Like, for example, I watched a video a few weeks back now that 3 Clicks Philip made about the map design of Dust 2 and why that is so popular, and he says that you can pretty much see Dust 2's map design in a lot of first-person shooter maps, and I kind of agree with him on that. I feel like it's not a bad thing that you can see so many, basically, versions of Dust 2 in FPS maps, well, the kind of layout that it is, because it works, it generally works. Like, the map that I'm playing on now, Pearl Market, is actually really well designed, I think. Its verticality could do with a bit of fixing, to be honest, though. I feel like it's a bit too vertical, but in terms of the map flow, I feel like it's one of the better maps that Battlefield 4 has to offer. So yeah, I do prefer Battlefield 4 over the rest of the Battlefields currently. Probably by Battlefield 2. I didn't really play much of Bad Company or Bad Company 2 to really say. From my experience of it and the positive user reviews, I guess it's pretty much up there at the moment, but I've only played Battlefield 2, 1943, 3, 4 and 1. But yeah, I feel like Battlefield 4 is my favourite out of the bunch at the moment. Maybe when the DLC comes down in price for Battlefield 1, I'll give that another shot and see how that plays, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. One thing as well that I do like about Battlefield 4 as well, sorry, the way that the engine generally just renders things. Like you go to play Battlefield 3 after playing Battlefield 1 or 4 for so long, and everything just looks messy on Battlefield 3 because of the amount of bloom, lens glare, everything like that. The visibility is just absolutely god-awful. It's so terrible. Even though the game itself isn't bad, it's just the post-processing is a bit too much for me, personally. And yeah, even the person I'm playing with here agrees with me.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was watching a video about that yesterday.
I'd like it if they kind of took the approach that they did for Battlefield 4 with Battlefield 3. I'd prefer it if it was like that. Purely for the whole return to Karkand map.
Yeah.
Because I love Karkand on Battlefield 2. And I've not actually played it yet on Battlefield 3. I should probably do that at some point, but yeah, I'm getting a bit off topic there. I feel like if they approached Battlefield 3 like Battlefield 4, as in with the entire way it's rendered, you know, turned down some of that fucking post-processing, it would have been really good. Especially with the whole fucking bloom shit. I definitely feel like the bloom's a bit too much. Definitely.
We've got guys on the flag.
And one thing that Battlefield 4 did better than Battlefield 3 as well is the collisions with the player. Like, the vaulting system seemed to have quite a massive improvement over the likes of Battlefield 3. Things just didn't seem broken in Battlefield 4 as much as it did in Battlefield 3. Well, in the current state that it is now anyway. I feel like Battlefield 4 does a lot better job with stopping the player from getting stuck on a lot of objects. It does happen, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it happens a lot more on Battlefield 3. By the way, I take a shot every time I say Battlefield. But in Battlefield 1 they totally fixed it. Like, the vaulting system is just so good in Battlefield 1. Really, really good. And the gunplay, Battlefield 1 as well, that's superb. The snipers, they've really got down the sniper class, which brings me on to what I'd like to see from future Battlefields, really. I'd like to see how they nailed the recon class, or sniper class, in Battlefield 1, and just keep that the way it is, and bring that to the rest of the Battlefield games to come. Because I don't feel like they could really revolutionise that anymore. It was just absolutely perfect, from the sound design to the graphication, from getting the actual kills. But at the same time, I don't really want to go back to World War 1. World War 2 seems like the next good decision to make for Battlefield. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd enjoy it as much as, like, say, what I'd really enjoy is a remaster of Battlefield 2. It sounds stupid, and it seems like a proper money grab, but at the same time, like, I can imagine if they incorporated the whole customization and gunplay and all that from Battlefield 4 and just bring in the beauty from Battlefield 1, but had everything, all the Battlefield 2 maps on there. That would be awesome. So, and the entire way the squad system works as well. I'd say that the way that it is now should be kept the same. Like, you can spawn on any member of your squad as opposed to just your squad leader, like you can on Battlefield 2.
62 damage.
But yeah, I feel like that it should definitely stay as more of a Battlefield 4, well, 3 onwards kind of thing, really, where you can spawn anyone in your squad. However, even though like a lot of the maps from Battlefield 2 have been remastered, for example, Gulf of Oman, Strike at Karkand, and there was another one as well, I'm pretty sure there was, on Battlefield 3. There might have been a couple actually, I think. Let me just look that up. Just grab my phone there, because I'm pretty sure on... So if I just look up the Battlefield 3 DLC here... Give me a second now. Because they had... yeah, back to Karkand, let's have a look. Because obviously there was Karkand on there. Oh yeah, they had Sharky Peninsula, Wake Island, as well as Gulf of Oman and Strike at Karkand. And they brought back the DPVs as well. Right, yeah, but there was that, and even though all those maps did get remastered for Battlefield 3, like I said, I don't really feel like the gameplay was as solid as it was in Battlefield 4. Not as satisfying as it is in Battlefield 1. So if they really just incorporated the best parts of these two games into a Battlefield 2 remaster, then I'm not even kidding, I would just throw my money so hard at that.
No, we're not going up to the rooftop.
It'd be the best thing ever, but I don't think that DICE is going to do it. And even if they do, I think they'd outsource it to another company, like for example Visceral Games or something like that, to do like Call of Duty did with Raven Software, which I wouldn't mind too much because Visceral seem to know what they're doing with Battlefield Hardline. Oh yeah, I've also played Battlefield Hardline, but it's not really a DICE game. Battlefield Hardline was good, I enjoyed it for what it was anyway. Even though it was a bit cops and robbery and a bit of a smaller scale, I did really enjoy it. I feel like the gunplay on that was pretty solid. The map design was good, and the graphics were pretty good as well. But anyway, that's off topic. Battlefield 2 remaster. Now, see, I don't know how they do it. I wouldn't mind the whole Battle Pack microtransaction DLC. I can kind of just look over that since they've basically been doing it since Battlefield 3 anyway. I won't be too bothered about that. Yeah, and all the DLC, as long as they don't do what they did with Battlefield 3 and 4, like the whole kit shortcuts and fucking buying all this bollocks, and I hope they didn't release like it in a premium package either. Like you just got all the DLC from Battlefield 2 like right away from the Special Forces one, and there was the other one that came out, can't remember what it was called now. But yeah, I feel like that'd be good. That'd be insane. I'm not too sure what to talk about further really. But I guess I can talk about really why I returned to Battlefield 4 as opposed to playing Battlefield 1. I kind of touched on it slightly. I kind of feel like that Battlefield 1's content is really lackluster. Well, that is the main reason why I'm back on Battlefield 4 really, because all the DLC is as cheap as chips, and not just that, but in the base game they had quite a lot of content anyway. I don't feel like Battlefield 1 is rewarding enough as of the time of this upload anyway. I don't know if they'll be bringing in the free patches for anything else like they did with the whole ribbons and stuff, but I feel like that the way that the whole player rewards thing and the lack of content was just kind of a big turn off for me for Battlefield 1. And not just that as well, but I feel like it needs balancing a lot. I liked the whole thing where medics were really OP in Battlefield 4. I don't really play medic much, I kind of play anti-tank the most, and recon, as you can see in this clip here. So yeah, like I said, I don't really play
Where am I being shot from
Assault
now?
much. I did when I started playing because it's a really nice OP kit to start with. But I feel like it should have stayed that way. Like once you jump in the game, you know, you just jump on the medic class and you know you're good to go for a while. You can kind of get used to the mechanics of the game and have the most overpowered
Why are we
weapons.
just constantly getting owned?
Until you get a bit more familiar with the game, and I started jumping into the engineer classes and the recon class, or scout, whatever you want to call it.
This is going on top of the tower.
And I feel like Battlefield 1's missing that. I feel like it takes a bit too much skill to use the medic class, and I feel like a few people have said this already, a lot of Battlefield YouTubers, like for example Jack Frags, Westy, that medics need to be on the front line there, helping everyone push up. Because they're reviving them, and you know, keeping people alive is detrimental to how the game flows, really, and winning the game. And I feel like you can't do that on Battlefield 1 at all. You can't really be on the front line as much because the weapons just don't really suit the engagement range, if you get what I mean. I feel like it was just a lot better in Battlefield 3 and 4 and Hardline. It was the medic class, because you could actually push up and help everyone on the front line while you revive them.
Oh shit, attack helicopter.
But like I said, one thing that Battlefield 1 just absolutely nailed for me was the scout class. Like, they could not have made that better at all. It's so good. From the little headshot sound to the actual gun sounds, and just even how the animations for interacting with the guns, everything's just perfect for Battlefield 1 scout class. Medic class is really lackluster, like I said. I feel like, yeah, they should have taken a bit of a different approach for the medic class there. And there's absolutely no cross kit weapons like there is as much in like Battlefield 4 and 3. Which I don't know, like some people like it, some people hate it. But I really like the cross kit weapons. And I feel like they should have kept a lot more of that. For like different playstyles and stuff. Like Medic, for example, should have been given at least one shotgun for Battlefield 1. I feel like that would have been a really good decision. It's like you're either engaging mid-range or close, like up on the front line.
Fuck behind.
Reviving people. So if you're not reviving people, then you can stay at that mid-range engagement.
Tanking an APC.
But I'll have to see what they do with the whole DLC and updates and patches, because it's got a bit of a long way to go yet as Battlefield 1, but we'll have to see. Like I said, I do really prefer Battlefield 4 at the moment. I've been playing it a lot. And I just feel like this is kind of roughly the direction they should head with Battlefield after Battlefield 1. Just kind of incorporate the gunplay from Battlefield 4 and 1, like the fully automatic weapon gunplay of Battlefield 4, the sniper class of the snipers and the medic rifle feels from Battlefield 1. Because the DMRs, I think, got like not a lot of attention on Battlefield 3 and 4. I feel like they were just really me at best, really. I feel like if they got the attention like they did on the self-loading rifles did on Battlefield 1, then that'd be a lot better. So if they did all that and combined it into a Battlefield 2 remaster and added more content, because I wouldn't actually be too fussed if they added more content into a Battlefield 2 remaster. In fact, I'd welcome it with open arms, really. I feel like that'd be a lot better for Battlefield 2 and increase the longevity of it. And I feel like the people who have played, this would be a good thing for the people who've already played Battlefield 2, because the remaster wouldn't be as stale to them, and then the people who've never played BF2 before could come on and experience for what it was. But still have a lot of the things they know from the previous Battlefields as well. I think that'd be a really good idea. I don't know. I'll have to see what the people's opinions are on that. So if you just yeah, leave a comment down below saying what would you like to see from future Battlefields. There's the whole, I'm tied between a World War II theatre and the Battlefield 2 remaster. I think those are the two prime things they could go for, really, in a Battlefield game. But yeah, that's all I have to talk about in this end of the week ramble. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, that's available.